Okay, folks, it's Warriors of Faith turn 38, and we're going down in an earlier round, as you might say. So, first of all, I've got two assassins with Amulets of the Dead on my capital, and so they've assassinated an Archon and one of my Crypties. It's very, very difficult to beat people with even very small summoning items in assassination battles, just because, well, they summon things at you until you die, and there's not a whole lot can really be done about that. So I'm actually going to take my Archons and like my valuable mages and just sort of run away, as much as I hate to say it. We're just going to shift over to Kimry over here, and yep, that's about all we can do, frankly. We're going to patrol with what healets we can. I have 20 Earth Gems, so I need to start spending gems on more summonings, to be fully honest, because there is no point in not, because I will die. I'm going to die anyway, in fact. We've lost at this point. We just lost NIEFELHEIM. And let's watch that battle, because it was actually very, very interesting. So he had a relatively small Skeletal Spam communion set up here, and he also had some Skeleton Horsemen. He had a couple of pretty well geared, or moderately geared, rather, Niefel Jarls, and etc. And so they came in with a whole bunch of Demons of Heavenly Rivers with their huge Hellbless, and they also had a reasonably sized pack of Warriors of the Five Elements, two in fact, and then some random infantry and some Long Dead. So these guys come in and just watch. The Demons of Heavenly Rivers laid down the proverbial smacking. You can see Fjolnir here has already dropped to 56 hit points right through his regen, his 20 defense skill, and his 26 protection. Hellblessed Demons of Heavenly Rivers are frightening. Meanwhile, the Skeletal Spam is starting to come online, but some of a bunch of the folks back here don't seem to be Skeletal Spamming entirely. So Fjolnir has survived. Down the Warriors of the Five Elements come in. I think it might be them that actually finished him off. Yeah, look at that. First of all, that was super unlucky. He took a limp and a crippling at the same time, but the Warriors of the Five Elements are doing a ton of damage to him. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why, because they don't hit very hard. I mean, 20 damage at most, and he's got 26 protection, so he shouldn't be taking much damage at all. But in any case, the real thing that these guys do is they mulch through the skeletons faster than they can be generated. So Fjolnir up here is still alive. Bergelmer up here is still alive. They're not really killing much, but they're living. They're sticking around. But the skeletons are just getting evaporated. There goes Fjolnir, there goes Bergelmer, and at that point it's all over but the crying. The Warriors of the Five Elements actually just blend their way through the summoned skeletons, as I said, faster than they can be created, get back here, slaughter the mages, and the fight is donezo. We did rout the Demons of Heavenly Rivers, but yeah, that was a massacre. So, killed about 80 of Tianqi's units, and lost everything. I was disappointed in the performance of those Niefel Jarls, to be fully frank. Obviously, in order to be actually effective super combatants, they need Soul Vortex, and they also need to be dropping like Liquid Body and Quickness and stuff on themselves, but even so, I would have hoped they'd do more than that. So, yeah, that's NIEFELHEIM'S capital gone. Lots of other battles going on, lots of raiding back and forth. We marched through Sotera and took it. Excuse my voice wobble there. In Saboria, this was also extremely disappointing. This is Spartan Kikates, and he is pretty much fully geared. And he's racked up to be, like, pretty solid. He's got 25 shock resistance, the charge body effect, tower shield, maze of eruption, all this good stuff. And they actually let him get through. He's fighting just birds, so he gets his iron skin, his iron will, and his earth power. Then the birds land on him, so look at him right now. He's got 28 protection. He's still shock resistant 20, 19 defense skill, regenerating. He's reinvigorating at 4 per turn, which isn't enough because he wasn't able to finish his cycle, but it's pretty good. He lands and he dies. And I'm like, why did he die? He died because his own charge body rolled 19 points of damage. That's why he died. He didn't manage to get his temper flesh off, so he isn't actually having the damage he takes from the Spirehorn Warriors, but more importantly, this. So, yeah, he got stabbed for 8. And then he was hit by his own charge body for 19 with a roll of 21 versus a roll of 2. And then 6 more, and then 2 more, and that killed him. So, yeah. Dead in 1 round. Let that be a lesson, kids. Don't use charge body. Even if you have 20 shock resistance, charge body will ruin your day. Also, I was attacked by barbarians in Makone, but I just wiped them out. So, basically, the game is largely over, but I'm still kicking. Punchmaster is still alive. I still have armies down here, so I'm going to keep fighting. So, Pilates and this army are stepping up this way. I'm leaving Periphas here to see if this army will move up here, and I can maybe assassinate one of them. Or actually, Periphas should go down there to assassinate somebody. Punchmaster is moving in here to retake Digmore or destroy this army. And this army is actually going to push into enemy territory a little ways, and then try and double back to see if we can't crack the bulwark and retake that, because that would be a nice coup. That would be a good strong note to go out on. This is a huge freaking army of unmarked, which is fascinating. I'm not sure why I know why he would have that many unmarked. In fact, I'm not sure. I believe he does. I think he might have some effigies of war or something in here. But yeah, that's just a big old unmarked army that's probably going to move in to steal all my shit. And the Inaris are coming back. And I don't really have a good answer to them. Except for Stabamanacles, who I will move down here just in case. He might be able to hold off the skill spam. He may be able to, yeah, because he is... Assuming he doesn't get blasted by his own charge body. Anyway. So, yeah. Genocidicles is partially geared, but I'm just throwing him in anyway, because... Gotta do something, man. Got to do something. And this guy is just kind of keeping on. As I said, I'm moving my valuable mages out of here because they're going to be assassinated. If somebody tries to assassinate Satniois with an Amulet of the Dead, he can probably take him. What with his buff spells and all. Genocidicles, similarly. Genocidicles can take skeletons in an assassination. So, we'll just see what we can accomplish before we die. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in turn 39. Alright folks, it is turn 39, and this is the turn of woe. The sad turn. We already had one sad turn. Niflheim is effectively destroyed, and I believe... Yes, he's gone AI. But even more sad than that. This turn, there was a battle in... I believe this is the battle in Digmore. Yes. Punchmaster General charged into a large army of Ermor, led by a pretty significant line of augurs, and with more augurs and sorceresses such scattered up around here. And he was going through his buff cycle, and they cast Howl, as I kind of expected, but what I hadn't realized was they would also cast Swarm as well as the Howl, and they would interrupt his buff cycle. So, he only has magic resistance 16 because he's outside of Dominion. And as a result, as they swarm him, his magic resistance fails him. He ends up paralyzed right there for a long time, which is not like the worst thing in the world because he has all this regeneration, except that his magic resistance is still 16. And so, Punchmaster General, the great, the terrible, the almighty, is soul slain. Yep. He gets hit by the Soul Slay and insta-croaks. Now, I think there was something a little bit fucky about this battle because he wasn't regenerating for the second half of it, which he should have been because he had 20% regeneration even outside Dominion. But, as you can see here, eventually, He was struck by the Soul Slay, which rolled 20 versus his 20. He failed to resist, took 976 points of damage, and vaporized. So, Punchmaster General is dead. Furthermore, in Roka, my army was beaten by unusually heavy province defense of cavalry. In Vlex, we won. We killed an Eagle King. That's nice. Lost only Chaff. In Troll Woods, we were beaten because Hinnom moved in on that province. Unexpectedly. And so we ran into a Hinnomite army and lost. Primarily, it looks like because of the Melkart, but we also took some casualties to other giants. This army was not necessarily set up to fight giants. And so our hoplites charged in. You can see we're doing really well until the Rephite warriors and such come in. They've got Blood Surge, high attack skill, and they do a ton of damage, which means they can kill my hoplites. And Maun the Melkart is very, very difficult to fight, because he has very high defense skill, and he blinds people who attack him, plus he has very high prot. So the hoplites surround him. They do actually quite a bit of damage on that first round, but they end up, I believe a lot of them end up blind, and they start routing almost immediately. And as a result, my troops flee, and a few are cut down as they run, and the army retreats. So, that was super unfortunate. Then in Amul, we were attacked, and our Polar March was killed. So, I believe this is Spartan Kikates. No, this is Genocidocles, the half-geared. Genocidocles, the half-geared, ran into a pretty significant army. He got jumped real quick right there. He's doing pretty well until the Thunder Strikes really start coming down, because he is susceptible to shock since he doesn't have the proper gear for this. So he manages to summon his Earth Power. He's doing okay. He's staying alive. He's actually fighting his way through it quite manfully. He gets his Resist Lightning off. The Thunder Strikes are killing, and then he gets trampled the hell out of there by an Ice Elemental. Routes, because he gets Battle Fright. The hit afflicts him with Battle Fright. And now his stats are garbage. His defense skill is 1. And he gets, what's that, Frozen Heart? I think he got Frozen Hearted right there. And basically he can't kill anything now because his attack is so low. And so he's just standing here waiting to die. And yeah, they keep hitting him with Frozen Heart, and he explodes. So, that was unfortunate. Now, there was also a battle in Endless Plain, which we technically lost. However, we actually performed very well. Stabamanacles proved his mettle in this battle, and we'll just... I mean, I'm sure you can tell how this is going to go. The Communion starts crapping out infinite skeletons. The Province Defense goes in and dies. Stabamanacles charges forward, gets into the thick of it with the skeletons, gets totally surrounded by skeletons, builds a wall of vines around himself, so he's barely taking any attacks, much less hits, much less damage. And he just does this until the end of battle hits, and everyone routs. And then some of these guys run away, the Communion Masters, but the Communion Slaves stay, and he runs off the field because he's also routed. So, they win, quote-unquote, technically, but in the process, 2 of their Inaris were killed outright, and several others routed, while Stabamanacles got away scot-free. He is now a famous hero, and he has fast casting ability, so he can now finish his buff cycle super, super quickly, which is pretty cool. And I think I may also cast Fire Shield? Yeah, let's add Fire Shield to the script. And so Stabamanacles is going to go right back in. To be honest, I'm a little bit like, I'm actually going to set everybody to call God real quick, because what I need is, I need him back. You're not a priest. So we're going to call God just as fast and as furious as we can. We are shutting down research for the turn. Every single priest mage we have is going to call God. It's going to take us 50 levels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We've got 27. We should be able to get in 2 turns. Now, we've got this army over here in Vlex, which absolutely cannot fight this army, but I think I might have to try, question mark. This army, likewise, absolutely cannot fight here. Yeah, so Trollwoods was invaded by Hinnom, which I'm fine with. Like, go ahead, take that. We're going to try to move back towards Makone and kind of make our last stand. If at all possible, I would like Archons or Polar Marches. Let's get Archons. We've already got our Polar March here. We can give him a little bit of gear, but not much, unfortunately. And what we should do is we should forge. I don't have enough magic gems to forge that item, of course. Of course not. Why would I? Why would I have magic gems? I know, I'm bitter. I sound bitter. It's okay. You know what? It's gonna be fine. We're going to lose this game, but at least we will die with honor and glory. Stabmanically is going to do the best he can up here, kind of holding off the Inari for a while, and then he will pull back to Makone for the final stand. We still have this province for some reason. Yeah, and honestly, well, I was about to say, honestly, WarriorsofFaith is doing pretty well, but they're not. They're not really. I mean, they've still got their forts, which is good. They've still got 4 forts, but they don't have many other provinces. Their income has got to be pretty low, and this fort is under siege by barbarians. So they're surviving, but they're not doing well by any stretch of the imagination. Unlike me, I'm collapsing. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how everything works out. Oh, the ghost of George Lucas, the spectral mage. So yeah, everybody's calling God. We're recruiting an Archon. I would kind of like to have another Basilius, but that's sort of a luxury I can't afford at the moment. So we will simply do the best we can. You, sir, should forge yourself armor. You definitely need that. That needs to be a holy water, actually. And you're also going to need shock resistance, which means it has to be the armor. Oh, it's so annoying. The need for shock resistance is so annoying. And of course, now we... Oh, no, wait, I forgot. Now we don't get our bless. Because our god is dead. So, just forge yourself a... Not sure what, to be fully honest, because we don't have regeneration anymore. We'll have it back in a couple turns, hopefully. For now, forge yourself a... Let's alchemize a little bit, because we cannot use our death gems at this point. No, that was not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Forge yourself a Mace of Eruption. And we'll put the rest together as we go here. Oh, I desperately need mages. I must have mages. Especially because they are also priests. Okay, so we'll have some troops-ish. We'll have troops-ish. And of course we do still have bold, glorious Periphas, the Cryptes, who is now 135% quick, with Picus's Axe of Rulership, sorry, I almost said rollership there. And he is going to, I was going to try to have him assassinate somebody here, but I'm not sure there are even commanders here. He's going to move up towards Makone and see if he can defensively assassinate somebody. We'll see how it goes. I need to get him some gear. I need to give him some shock resist gear. Definitely need to do that. And then I can send him in against the bird people in order to assassinate some of them. So, that is turn 39. It's looking grim. It is looking very grim for our brave hoplites. But as I said, we will fight to the last. We will die with honor. It will be glorious. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in turn 40. Alright, folks. Welcome back to Warriors of Faith. It is turn 41. I missed turn 40. I actually had a stale turn there. I just didn't get to it in time. So, as you can see, everything's gone to hell. Very nice. So, my army down here, my leader, my Locos, was killed by an assassin. We can take a look at that assassin real quick. It was an assassin with an Amulet of the Dead, so he could emulate a skeleton per turn, which is the de rigueur for assassins. And of course, skeletons are quite hard for locusts to kill. At least they get killed fairly slowly because locoi get do piercing damage. So he stabbed skeletons for a while, and then eventually got sleepy because he is unequally obese, and laid down, took a nap, and the skeletons overwhelmed him slowly. You can see he got slowly chipped down. And we all know how that ends. It ends badly. Kimri has been breached. We're under siege in Makone. Pretty much everything else has been attacked. It's a bad time. It's a bad scene. The death of Punchmaster has left us defenseless and alone. So, we are in a bit of a pickle. Just a wee bit. Just a little wee bit. This honestly isn't a huge army. Mainly dispossessed spirits, Hastati, augurs. They do have some Equite of the Sacred Shroud, but I'm calling God here. I need my God back. That is like the thing that I need most at the moment. I'm really worried about attacking this army because I'm worried that I'll just get trampled to death by elementals. Otherwise, I would send in Stabomanacles right now, because Stabomanacles is fairly well geared with shock resist and such. But as I said, I'm worried about being trampled to death by elementals, and of course, I don't have my Bless right now because Punchmaster is dead. I thought he would be back by this turn, but I think some people died of disease or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I really feel like he should be back this turn, which will help. It won't entirely solve the problem, but it will help. So, that's kind of where we're at. We're gathering our final defenses. Of course, all these giants over here are stuck until we can get a giant commander out to them, because they refuse to be led by humans. So even if I could recruit a commander here, which I can't, it wouldn't help because it wouldn't be a giant. So Stabomanacles is going to go down here, hit Titan's Steps. We're all going to call God. Our research is nothing, and that's okay. The magic never helped us anyway, unfortunately. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. We are in, as I said, a pickle. Quite a pickle. So, yeah, actually I don't have much else that I can do here. We've been, as I said, this fort's been busted open, which is super unfortunate. We do have Pilates back here, so we have some fighting power, and we do have various earth mages, so we can summon a whole lot of earth elementals, which will help some. Earth elementals aren't the very best, but as I said, I mean, it'll help some. And Hyperion can summon fire elementals, which will also help a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to script these guys up to summon as many elementals as possible, and dare them to do their worst. Yeah, you can summon air elementals, sure. Why not? All of you guys can just, whatever. I can give you a couple of these, so that you can summon a fire elemental or two as well. Fire elemental. And then throw fireballs. Actually, no. I should have the Basilius summoning fire elementals. Well, okay, so you summon fire elementals. You summon fire elementals. And you can summon fire elementals. So Phoenix power, elemental, and then yeah, start spamming incinerate. Just burn people up. Burn them up inside. You're summoning a lesser air elemental, that's okay. And then earth elemental, summon earth power. Your fire, actually I can't really summon many earth elementals, because I need this guy to be throwing legions of steel. I should probably actually be throwing strength of giants instead of legions of steel. But yeah, do strength of giants a couple times, and then when they start moving forward, no, do not attack. You can summon earth elementals, because I do have a whole bunch of earth gems. And then, of course, we do have good old Pilates, who will be back here. Earth Power, Iron Will, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, and Attack Rear. Hopefully, I'll get Punchmaster back before the battles. I don't know what the turn order is in regards to that, but hopefully I'll get him back before the battles, and then he will be able to give me back my Bless. Basically, getting my Bless back would be really, really great. We'll get some Magma Bolts out of you, Acestes. I don't have enough troops to actually do this in the way that I want to do. Because I don't have enough troops to guard my mages. We'll put these skeletons in the back to absorb attack rear. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. You are going to be Mist Form, Aim, and Bolts. And you actually are another Fire Mage, so we can get some more Fire Elementals out of you. So why don't we alchemize a little bit? Not using those, can't really use those. Grab some more Fire Gems. I do still need those, just in case. If I get out of this, I'll forge another water bottle. We can alchemize a few of those. And you, sir. Do that. We can give Hyperion a couple more gems. And who else needs a gem? Lytos, you need another gem. Make that another Fire Elemental. Fire Elemental. Great. Okay. And then we need our troops here. We'll just mass them up in one blob. Put them right there. Hold and fire at flyers. And we'll see what we can see. I am not incredibly optimistic, by which I mean this isn't going to work, and we're all going to die. But at least I can say that I tried. We will inflict as much damage as possible. We'll go down hard. If we go down, we will go down. And we will do our very, very best. Really unfortunate that all my forts are besieged. So, in any case, you know what? We did okay in this game. We had a good opening run, and hey, boy, nobody can stop it when you get attacked by 3 people like this. That's a rough spot to be in. What can I say? It was a very, very serious problem. Still, WarriorsofFaith is still fighting up here. Still doing as good a job as they can. It is doomed, of course, and of course we also get attacked by independents literally 6 times in the middle of all this, but yeah. As I said, it's a doomed effort, but they're doing their very, very best. And then you can see various battles here. Van Jarl's attacking. Arcocephali actually killed Van Hurst and retook Hall Woods. Baratos still raiding with that. Oh, and Tianchi has cast the Wrath of God, which isn't really affecting us much. But in any case, so that is turn 41, and I think these are the last days of the Punchmaster. Or, well, the last days of Makone. Punchmaster's already dead, but we'll bring him back. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in turn 42. Alright, folks, turn 42, and Punchmaster General is back, baby! He lost a level of nature and gained a level of death, which is actually not a problem for him, because he already had 7 nature. So now he's Earth 1, Death 1, Nature 6. He has a Slayed Soul. He's still blind and still limping. But that's okay. He's back. We're forging main gouges for him. We are assassinating somebody with Periphas. And these guys are all going to research, actually. Now, there was a battle in Kimri. They attacked the fortress, and they attacked into our giant blob of mages who were set up to spam elementals, except for these guys who I didn't really give a crap about. But they were mainly set up to spam elementals, and this is probably a demonstration of why elemental spam is one of the more powerful tactics. We also had Pilates, the Polemarch, who pretty much sucked and died. As my Polemarchs tend to do, I must be doing something wrong with them because they're just so garbage. So as you can see, they attacked rear here. Lots of fire blasts going off. Pilates got trampled up onto the wall, where he killed some dudes and wandered around, and then my fire elementals basically finished the work. Pilates, so the problem here is Pilates actually routed. This is why I hate, he got battle fright when he was trampled, which lowered his morale by 5, and then he just ran. For no real reason that I can see. He got hit one more time, I think, and failed a morale check and ran. I hate non-berserking thugs for this reason, that they will run even if they're doing fine. Meanwhile, in the background, hilariously, one lesser air elemental that I summoned and launched into the back pretty much just trampled the hell out of the entire enemy mage line and just killed them all. This here is my beating stick just ran. Everyone else was murdered by the enraged air elemental because they'd all thunderstruck, and so they were all fatigued out. So the end of the battle was that was it. That one air elemental dude just trample, 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 trample. These are all kills, by the way. They don't have that many hit points. So that's a kill, that's a kill, that's a kill, that's a kill. I think all 4 of those are kills. That's a kill. That was probably a kill. That was definitely a kill. That was probably a kill. This one air elemental wiped out the entire mage core of yeah, literally Eagle King dead, Eagle King dead. That was the most effective air gem I think I've ever spent. It was literally the only thing to reach the back line before the battle was over, and it killed. Yeah, it killed 18 mages. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. See how you like it, you bastards. Taste of your own medicine. So yeah, this army was basically wiped out. I did lose a lot. I lost all of my units, and of course my Polemarch routed and so died. And I lost 4 other mages myself, so 5 total. But this was just an outright slap in the face. I mean, he lost 2 Eagle Kings, 4 Harab Seraphs, and then all these area Seraphs as well, 12 of them. So yeah, that was an enormous smackdown. Unfortunately, probably not going to be able to do it again. He did jump in some more Spirehorn Warriors. I only have 2 fire gems. I am going to give those fire gems to the people who can use them best, so I'm going to give him a fire gem, and I'm going to give Hyperion a fire gem. So they'll summon a couple more fire elementals, and beyond that, it'll just be what it is. Like, I have mages, and that's all. Over here, I'm forging 4 more main gouges of parrying for Punchmaster. I don't have an item to give him to increase his magic resistance, unfortunately, so he's probably just going to get Soul Slayed again. Although he can cast Iron Will, so he's casting Iron Skin, Personal Regeneration. He actually needs to cast Iron Will first. So we need to get Iron Will, Personal Regen. Where'd Personal Regen go? Personal Regen. And then Temper Flesh. And then Iron Skin. Because his protection is only 8. Even when he berserks +7, that won't help all that much. He also needs a suit of armor. Like, really, really badly. So, we're going to have to alchemize. We need to convert our water gems. Oh, I'm short an earth gem. Oh, no. Okay, I can only forge 3 main gouges, I guess. Because he needs the armor. He must have a black steel cuirass to make this work. Periphas has got one, but I don't know that Periphas is going to live. So the only thing I could do is I could take these away from Periphas and give them to Punchmaster. Might be worth it. Might be worth it. Although, to be honest, his protection is not going to be the relevant factor, really. With 30% regen on 200 hit points, even with low protection, he won't really be taking damage net. Oh, boy. Periphas' assassination ability is definitely going to depend on his speed. It's going to depend on him not being hit. Which at combat speed 28, I think he can probably get to a mage and actually kill them before they cast, or at least hit them and interrupt their spellcasting. I'm gonna just give Punchmaster Periphas' gear real quick. So instead of don't forge a black steel plate, forge another main gouge of parrying. So 4 main gouges. I'm considering also giving him the Axe of Rulership, but I want to use it first to try and assassinate. So just assassinate somebody real quick. Over here we've got Stab of Manacles, the Polemarch, who is my best equipped, my most powerful. Don't know that that means that he's not going to rout, because of course he is not perfect morale. But we're going to give it the old college try. So he's going to go down here, pick up this army here in Pania, which will help, question mark. Over here, we're not going to break out just yet. We're going to break out with Punchmaster when we can. He's going to research for now, even though his research is only 6. And that is about all we can do. I was offered peace by this team. I'm not even going to bother to take it, to be honest. At this point, we are doomed. We are the dead. And so it'll just be what it is. It'll just be what it is. It's okay if I die. We're too far gone to be in competition at this point. So it's okay if we die. We fought the good fight. We did what we could. It wasn't enough, and that has to be, well, that has to be good enough. So in any case, I will see you all in turn 43. We prepare to try to bust out with Punchmaster and do some punching. So thanks for watching. Take care.